everybody, I'm Madison from Sleepopolis, and in this video, I'll be reviewing the Brooklyn Bedding Spartan Hybrid mattress. The Spartan is a cooling mattress that was designed specifically for athletes. Its cover is made with special far infrared ray technology that may help increase circulation and recovery. Wondering if this high-tech bed could work for you? To help you decide, I'm gonna put the Spartan mattress through some tests, tell you which sleepers I'd recommend it to, and take a look at the materials it's made with. You can also check out the more detailed written review of this bed by Googling Sleepopolis Brooklyn Bedding Spartan Mattress Review, or heading to the Brooklyn Bedding website by clicking the links below. So I'm gonna start out today by talking a little bit about how the Spartan Hybrid feels. Keep in mind that feel is subjective, so someone who's heavier or lighter than I am might experience a mattress differently than I do. And I also want to note here before we start that the Spartan is offered in 3 different firmness options: soft, medium, and firm. I'm testing the medium version of this bed out here today, so the whole review is going to be about the medium Spartan Hybrid mattress. So feel-wise, I gave this bed a 6.5 out of 10 on the mattress firmness scale. That means that this is a medium firm bed, gonna feel really pretty middle of the road. I really like this bed. I thought it did a nice job combining some hug and pressure relief with some responsiveness, so I didn't feel too swallowed up by this mattress, but did still feel like I could sink in a little bit around my shoulders and hips. That said, on my back and on my side, I felt really comfortable on this mattress, got a nice balance of support and pressure relief. When I did roll onto my stomach, this bed did feel a little bit too soft for me. I could feel my hips sinking in a little bit, leading to a bend in my back that is not good for stomach sleepers. And I would also say if you're a combination sleeper looking for a super bouncy bed, this bed is maybe not gonna be for you. But if you're a combination sleeper who still likes a little bit of pressure relieving hug, I think you're still gonna be able to move around pretty easily on the Spartan, so it could be a nice fit for you. I also ran a few tests to give you a more objective view of what this mattress might feel like to you. First up is my pressure map test. I put a pressure map down on the mattress and lay down in a few different positions, and you're gonna see that map range from blue and green in low pressure areas to yellow and red in high pressure areas. Keep in mind, I might be a little bit more lightweight than some sleepers, so other folks might experience a little more or less pressure on any given bed. So let's get into my results. Starting out on my back, you can see that map is all blue, and you can tell this mattress is a great fit for back sleepers based on that image. And when you lie down on the bed, it really fills in your lower back pretty nicely with some support there, and in general feels really comfortable while you're laying on your back. Moving on to my side, you're gonna see a little bit of green in that pressure map there, but I don't think that's anything to be too concerned about. I felt really comfortable while I was on my side, definitely felt that pressure relief around my shoulder and hip area that I look for on a bed for side sleepers. If you're someone who really wants a ton of super plush sinkage, maybe the Spartan is not for you, but in general, most side sleepers I think will be really comfortable on this bed. And then moving on to my stomach, that map is blue across the board, but that is not gonna tell the whole story for stomach sleepers. Even though my weight was evenly distributed on the bed, my hips sunk down into the mattress, and that bend in my spine would eventually lead to some back pain. So if you're a stomach sleeper, I would recommend you either opt for the firm model of the Spartan or look for a firmer mattress in general. And next up is the bounce test. This is where I check to see how much mobility a mattress provides. Are you gonna feel stuck in the mattress when you're starting to roll around and change positions at night? To measure that, I bounce a steel ball down on the bed and measure those results. I would say based on that test, which you can see on the screen, this mattress is not super bouncy, but despite that, I didn't feel super stuck when I was rolling around and changing positions. So if you're looking for something super responsive, super bouncy, the Spartan is not gonna be for you. But if you're the average combo sleeper who likes a nice balance between mobility and pressure relief, you should really like the Spartan. Next up is the motion transfer test. I use a seismometer to measure how much motion travels from one side of the bed to the other side. If you sleep with a partner, this is gonna be a measure of whether or not you're gonna feel disturbed when they're rolling around at night or maybe getting up for a glass of water. I would say based on these results, the Spartan isolates motion pretty well. I don't think you're gonna be overly disturbed by a partner tossing and turning on this bed, but some bigger movements, maybe a pet jumping on the bed at night, you might feel. And last up is my edge support test. This is a measure of whether or not you can sleep all the way on the edge of the bed and still feel supported. So a mattress with really great edge support is actually going to feel bigger because you have more surface area to really spread out over. I thought that this Spartan had great edge support. I felt really secure and stable while I was sitting and lying on the edge of the bed. That said, when you look at the footage, it might seem like the edge is collapsing a little bit. That's not actually the edge of the mattress. The mattress cover is a little bit large, so it puffs out a little on the edges when I sit down, but the edge is staying really firm underneath that. And I will say it's actually kind of nice that the cover is a little big because it has handles on the end to help you move the mattress, and it's easier with a little give in the cover to really grip that handle and move the bed around. So to give you a better idea of what makes this Spartan feel the way that it does, I've peeled back the cover to give you a look inside the mattress. So I'll actually start out by talking a little bit about this cover. It's a really interesting cover. It uses cooling smart fabric, and it's a performance cover, and it uses far infrared ray technology. Essentially, that absorbs your body's heat and reflects it back in a way that helps promote muscle recovery. I am not a doctor, so you should obviously do your own research there, but I will say the cover does feel really comfortable, pretty cool to the touch. So if you're a hot sleeper or an athlete, it might be something for you to consider. And then below that, we have a layer of Titan Flex foam. It's a pretty responsive foam, and it actually has a copper infusion and uses cooling phase change technology, so it feels really cooling, and it's also antimicrobial. And then below that is a layer of hyper elastic Titan Flex foam. This has a little bit of a slower response to pressure. It's gonna offer you some more body contouring. And then below that, we have a smaller memory foam layer to provide even more body contouring, some pressure relief to the mattress overall. And then below that, we'll reach these individually wrapped pocketed coils. Brooklyn Bedding actually calls them ascension coils. That individual wrapping is gonna provide, again, some nice breathability, airflow throughout the mattress. So all of these layers really working to help you sleep cool on the Spartan. And then these layers also, just in general, provide some nice strong support, a little bit of bounce to the mattress overall. And then everything finishes out with a small HD polyfoam base on the bottom just to anchor the coils to the rest of the mattress. So before we wrap up, I want to give you a few of my personal pros and cons about the Spartan. First up, if you're a side sleeper, I think this mattress is going to feel really comfortable to you. You're going to get that nice pressure relief you need to wake up without feeling stiff or jammed up in the morning. And then if you're a back sleeper, I think you're going to get a great balance of pressure relief and support on the Spartan, so you're also a really good candidate for this bed. And then finally, if you are an athlete or a hot sleeper, the Spartan does use that special infrared ray technology to A, help speed up muscle recovery, and then B, I do think that cover is pretty cooling, and the Spartan does use a few different cooling infusions throughout their foams to help you sleep really nice and cool throughout the night. And then next up, some of the things about this bed that I'm not so crazy about. First off, if you are a stomach sleeper, this bed is gonna be too soft for you, at least in the medium version. I would really encourage you to check out the firm model of this bed or a firmer bed in general to really get the support you need. Next up, budget shoppers might wanna opt for a different Brooklyn Bedding mattress. They offer a lot of really affordable mattresses, and this bed is on the pricier end of their line. That said, it is a luxury mattress and does definitely feel that way, so if you're willing to shell out a little extra cash, you could have a really comfortable bed at the end of the day. And then finally, if you are looking for a super bouncy, super responsive bed without any sinkage at all, this is not gonna be the mattress for you. You definitely feel some hug when you're laying on this Spartan. So if you are interested in purchasing a Spartan Hybrid, I want to give you some quick info on Brooklyn Bedding's company policies. First up, this mattress comes with a 120-night sleep trial, and Brooklyn Bedding does ask that you test out the mattress for 30 days before returning it. This bed is going to ship for free, and it will arrive compressed in a box. And finally, the Spartan comes with a 10-year mattress warranty. And then I also do want to take a second to go over some frequently asked questions we get about this bed. First up, does the Brooklyn Bedding Spartan need a box spring? No, you do not need a box spring with this bed. Any hard, flat surface will work to support it, and you can also use a slatted bed frame or an adjustable base. Next, can you flip the Spartan? No, you can't flip this mattress. It's built with the comfort layers on top, so if you flip it over, you're going to be pretty uncomfortable sleeping on some really hard foams. Next up, where are Brooklyn Bedding mattresses made? Brooklyn Bedding mattresses are all proudly made in the USA. And that's it for my review of the Brooklyn Bedding Spartan mattress. If there's anything I didn't cover, let me know in the comments below, and check out the full written review of the Spartan by Googling Sleepopolis Brooklyn Bedding Spartan review. And remember to follow us on social media so you don't miss any of our new reviews or giveaway announcements. And of course, remember you can always head over to sleepopolis.com for any of your sleep needs.